This is the Riot Squadcast, a supporter-driven show dedicated to LA Galaxy news, information, and opinions. Here's your hosts, Ed Rodriguez and Chris Zero Cool Tucker.
Welcome to the Riot Squadcast. My name is Ed Rodriguez, and we are here on a rainy, cold night in Gardena, California. But we're here, baby. We're here live and for your pleasure. Oh, unmuted.
Hello.
Unmuted, baby.
Hey, hi, everybody.
And that man, of course, is, if you see it on my computer, the front and center of my life.
It's so weird.
Chris,
It's
Zero Cool Tucker.
It's so strange.
Shout out to Squadcast illustrator George for that sticker. That's amazing.
Can you zoom in, Ben? Can you zoom in on Ed's sticker? No, it doesn't work like that.
They can see it. It's right there in the
Point
middle.
it out. Yeah. There you
Or
go.
if you want to see it's on the capo box or on top of 138 where we've slapped some of those stickers on there.
I'm doing all right, man. I'm chilling. Everything's good. How are
It's
you?
good, man.
Yeah.
Nice chill day with your boy.
Yeah. Well, the rains always fuck my day up. Like, he's sleeping. It's not really. It's all terrible with that. Like, rains have screwed up his schedule. What is it? The time change is all screwed up his sleeping schedule. So it's all fucked up. But just in that vein, like everything else is fine. But
Your boy's. I mean, just imagine, man. Like your boy's cute as hell, dude.
oh, he's cute as a button.
I love seeing all the pictures when you guys post stuff.
Yeah. But his sleep schedule's all fucked.
It's all
His sleep
messed up.
schedule gets fucked up. My whole world is just wrecked.
How long does he sleep now? Like, is it a good 5-6 hours straight?
He's done 9 hours the last for 3 days.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
That's like
Game changing.
sanctuary.
Yeah. For Erica, she does way more work than I do. Like, I get up and I help with the changing and all that. But I help out. I can't believe we talked about Damien's sleep patterns to the end of the theme song. Usually you get bitten by now. But it's fine. He'll wait.
He'll
He's
come
good.
in eventually. Yeah.
I get up and I help out, but it's all her, really. That's kind of the way it goes. Like, he'd be dead without her. It just, I can't take care of him in that way. You know what I mean?
Wow, so loving.
I try. It doesn't work out. I make him sandwiches. We're good. We have a lovely,
What kind of sandwich does he like?
peanut butter and jelly all day.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, all day. So you get one slice of bread, you fold it over, and you cut it in the
I had a
bits.
PB&J for the first time in months.
Mhm.
Nice and toasted. Oh,
Did you make it?
yeah, I made it.
I found the most delicious PB&J is the one someone else makes for you. Like, if I can sit down and I think it's the mixing of the smells. Like, I don't have individual jelly confusing my nose, individual peanut butter confusing my nose. It just arrives to me as this beautiful sweet package.
Now, here's the real question, though. Are we talking strawberry or grape jam?
I'm a grape jam fella.
Are you like a regular
You're strawberry
grape
jam, dude.
Strawberry, bro.
Hey man, yin and yang. That's why we work.
I'm all about them straws.
Them straws.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a gang. Sounds like
Straub squad?
yeah, it's like a really kind affiliate of the Bloods.
Yeah, it's like if you had a junior division.
But yeah, man, I'm good. Life's
Benjamin,
good.
what kind of sandwiches do you make for your children?
Nah, man, my wife makes the best peanut butter
Yeah,
and
make
jelly.
shit.
The best peanut butter and jelly in the world.
What does she do different than anybody else?
No idea.
She
None,
has
but she's
love,
like,
man.
Yeah, Denise says I make her the best sandwiches, like ham and cheese, lettuce, tomato
Yeah.
kind of thing.
They just say shit like that till you get up and make it for them.
Yeah, right?
She's like, more importantly, I don't want to make ham sandwiches. So I'll tell this goober that he makes the best ones, then he'll get up and do it for me.
Well, whatever.
And it works.
It works.
Yeah, I'll do it, man.
And,
Happy
and-
wife.
And she's the
Happy life.
chef.
She's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, she makes the best grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Business.
That's the best, dude.
Dude, and this is the time of year for it, man. The rain, all that does mean, there's nothing like grilled cheese, tomato soup in the
Oh,
rain.
this is time we usually if it's a rainy
Coronavirus
weekend,
Yeah.
we go get
romance.
pho.
I've never had that.
Pho, oh, so bomb. But she Denise is really into ramen,
I've never had that either.
but I'm like,
I've had top ramen. Does that count?
yeah.
That counts, right?
Right
Yeah.
down the street, man. They make
Yeah.
it down the street.
When I was a kid, I thought top ramen was like Japanese spaghetti.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Wait, seriously, it's not?
No, but it's it's their, it's nothing because
Now,
top ramen is
okay,
not their thing.
Here's the question: top ramen or cup of noodles?
When I was a kid, cup of noodles. As I've grown and evolved as a gentleman, top ramen.
Do you add anything to your top ramen?
I like a little seasoning salt, and I like a fuck ton of black
more
pepper.
than more than the seasoning it already
Yeah.
comes with.
I'm trying to speed up my blood
Hypertension.
pressure
Yeah, the
shooting
hypertension.
hypertension. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a top ramen all day.
Yeah.
Cup of noodles has a weird taste.
I loved cup of noodles when I was a kid. I think it was the portability of cup of noodles that I really enjoyed.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
get
fact that I could just
I get
pour
that.
hot water into it and take off, and so much. This is what George's going to draw, like me as a kid walking down the street eating cup of noodles.
With a 2 liter of Dr Pepper.
Oh god, it's terrible. Well, no, these are separate times in my life. By the high school Dr Pepper phase, I was all into top ramen. I was a top ramen
Okay.
aficionado by then. But not like elementary school. You know, when it's really bad for kids to have food with a ridiculous amount of sodium.
But most kids are like, they eat nothing but like dinosaur nuggets and.
Yeah, in this country, that's why they're all fucking dying. That's why they're outside of my kids. Like they're all, well, except for Damien, they're all
Onset
obese.
childhood diabetes.
Yeah,
Madam
Diabetes.
Serrano in the live chat brought up peanut butter and banana. That's a hell of a sandwich. I don't know if you ever
I
had
don't
peanut
get
butter and
down with-
vanilla. Dude,
I'm not a fan of peanut butter flavor stuff.
Really?
Like I'll eat a
Really?
banana like if I like every now and then, but I don't do like peanut butter on anything really.
dude, peanut butter bananas.
I mean
it's amazing.
bananas.
I can't think of what peanut butter is bad on. Like peanut butter.
You have
amazing.
little-
Oh, you know what's
can't-
the business though is peanut butter and Nutella.
That's just
sounds good.
Ooh.
I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with.
that's like 1,800 calories
Don't
in one
worry about
sandwich.
that.
Why?
That's-
Who's
yeah.
judging? Why?
This isn't time for that.
This is
What are you
judge
talking
free
about?
zone, sir.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you getting into right now?
My bad.
It's not.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
But you make a
Holier than thou, mother.
you get the blueberry egg waffles.
Yeah, look all here.
You get the blueberry egg waffles, and you make
Right.
a peanut butter and jelly
Wait,
sandwich
say,
out
wait,
of
wait.
those.
Say it slower and deeper.
You get the blueberry egg waffles, real, you toast those bad boys just a little bit, let it get a little crunchy. Then before it's done, you pull it out. Peanut butter on it, let it melt into the little nooks and crannies and shit. Jelly, same situation.
Are you talking about a waffle sandwich right now?
Egg waffle sandwich, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. And then you put it back in the oven and you let it finish browning and toasting. You pull that bitch out and you eat that. That is the fucking best. And this is before I started smoking weed. This is just like a fat
I think we're
kid in the
giving everyone
valley.
who's like stoned listening to the show right now like a real like raging hard on right now.
It doesn't really work that way. It's more like it's open to the notion, but it's not
I
really.
mean,
Yeah, it's not.
At least like it
Not
moved a
knocking
little
the
bit.
door down. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, as much as it can.
Yeah.
But you should have that blueberry egg waffle thing. It's fucking delicious.
Dude, I love the sandwiches just going nuts in the live chat, man.
There we go. Hey, if you want to
Speaking of
join
which.
the sandwich chat, you go to youtube.com/Riot Squadcast. That's where it's happening. Tucker, are you watching the
I'm on Periscope. Yeah.
Okay.
Where there are 9 people in the Periscope at the
Okay.
moment. They're not talking about anything. They have no feelings on sandwiches.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to monitor this situation, and if anyone starts talking about their feelings on sandwiches, I will update you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sir.
It's over here for man.
But yeah, again, youtube.com/Riot Squadcast. We are live every Tuesday. You can come join the chat. That's where it's happening. It's where the hot takes are, the fire
Mhm.
takes. Usually
Right.
Andrew's in there, but I think he works Tuesday nights now, so sad face.
Yeah.
You can also check out our website. We are in the process of getting our writer and his stories up there. So we'll let you guys know. You check our socials. We'll always have that up there. Speaking of stuff that you guys can help us out with, patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. Go there, help us out, keep the lights on. Maybe even get to 2 episodes a week for Chris.
Hey.
On
That
Patreon.
would be nice. If I
That'd
could
be
make
nice.
enough money from this show, where like scheduling wise, I was freed up to talk about like to actually spend some time and get into it. That'd be kind of nice.
There you go. Patreon.com/Riot
It's like
Squadcast.
3 different games every week.
Unfortunately, something happened where Ben sent the email to me with the file from last week, but apparently didn't go through. So this week, Patreon is actually going to have 2 episodes. So there's that. You're going to have an episode really, honestly, every day this week. If you listen live,
That's a lot of Squadcast.
and then you listen to the podcast on Wednesday,
yeah,
then we're going to have a Patreon on Thursday, and then a Patreon on Friday.
that's fucked up.
So you have a whole week of listening to us.
Squadcast week.
Squadcast. But yes, our goal, and this is straight from the tippity top, aka producer Ben. He wants us to hit.
The top of the bottom.
He wants he prefers bottom, but it's
Yeah.
fine. The Patreon, we want to hit 50 Patreon subscribers. So help us with that goal. As little as $5 a month, we get an episode a week, sometimes 2. We're gonna have special episodes that are going up soon. So if you want to contribute that and help us out, minimum $5 a month if you want to contribute more. There's other levels. But yeah, check it out. Patreon.com/RiotSquadcast.
That's nice.
All right.
Jonas offered to record a commercial for Patreon if you guys wanted it. And I was
I want him to like make our theme song for the Patreon.
Oh, absolutely.
plays
We can make that happen.
Plays the flute. I want him
Yeah.
some like Shinsuke Nakamura like
I
old
think
school.
he knows how to play that.
Yeah, probably.
He has a song for Damien. I'll have him play that. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, Ben, you want to hit that Lars jingle?
Lars News. This is Lars News. It's not real news. This is just Lars News about stuff and things we want to talk about. Lars News. This is Lars News.
All right, so we do have an update from your Presidente El Capo Supremo, Andrew Alessano. He left his voicemail.
Lars News, totally excellent. This is your Capo Supremo, Andrew Alessano, calling to give you Lars News via voice message, because I forgot to text Ed and Chris. Lars News, save April 3rd, save the date. It is First Fridays. We haven't picked a spot yet, but it'll be coming shortly. Secondly, I wanted to thank everyone who helped out with the TIFO and the tailgate. The tailgate was awesome. Game, obviously not so much, but we all had a good time. Everybody got pretty drunk, and one more time, I want to give a shout out to Dan from Toronto for providing the money that got us the keg. So thank you very much to Dan from Toronto. He was there in a purple hat. So thank you. I was a little inebriated by the time he got there, but I hope we got a he got a good shout out and people came up to him and said thank you. That should be it for this week. Kind of a slow week. The Galaxy is having a viewing party at the stadium, so nearby viewing parties will not really be going on. We'll be promoting the other ones. But check Instagram, Twitter, social media for the other viewing parties. That should be it. All right, guys, we'll see you.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I believe it's going to be at the Legends Plaza, the viewing party,
Okay.
at 11:30. But of course, they're like no outside alcohol, which come on, that ain't happening.
Sorry, I was going to tell a story from the game. I just got to Patreon. We'll leave it for Patreon.
Patreon.com.
There you go. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble.
But yeah, dude. I mean, should we go? Let's thank you again, Andrew. But
130 is
130 AC still available. Go buy it. You're helping contribute to the TIFOs. If you saw it go up on Saturday,
Mhm.
you're helping with tailgates. You're helping with all that stuff. So go to Riot Squadcast. Or no, sorry, wrong website.
There's a link to the Riot Squad site there.
LA Riot Squad.
You can use that traffic.
Oh yeah, you can go to riotSquad.com and you can find it all there too. God damn it!
Talking's hard, man.
Talking is hard.
Oh god.
Go to RiotSquadcast.com and you can link the Riot Squad from there.
There you go.
Can someone, because I'm going to forget by tomorrow, can someone send me a quote of whatever Ed said when it was supposed to be riot@squadcast.com?
It's just gibberish.
Because I know we can't do it right now, but I want to know what that phrase was.
Don't do that.
Because that should be the name of this episode.
You got better time than to worry about that.
Better time than to worry.
Shut up. I hate you.
Oh,
Chris
man.
gets to hang out all day with this kid.
Yeah.
I'm slinging fucking fruits and vegetables.
He pooped 4 times today. It's pretty wild.
Damn, dude.
I know. And he had been constipated.
Sorry, Steven.
Yeah, he's fine. He'd been constipated for the last 2 days. So today he got some raisins and some prunes. It got that belly moving. Worked out. Happy
Alright.
poops. Happy poops.
Speaking of poops, let's talk about
People who poop the bed.
the Vancouver game.
Well, let's start at the top, Or sorry, this your zone. I apologize.
No, hey, you wouldn't.
The tailgate. That can I be my up then? If I can skip ahead of the format we're supposed to have.
That's probably the biggest up.
The tailgate.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that was so much fun.
That might have been the only up of the night,
Yeah.
maybe.
Jonas was
penalty save. That's it. That and Bingham
Okay.
penalty save.
even that was a little lazy, but
It was.
like I think it was a bit much for Jonas. So I brought my boy. I brought Jonas. I think it was a bit much for him. It was a little overwhelming because there were so many people. It was so loud. But man, that was. I saw Buck and Kevin Fitzsimmons, and like you just look at it, it was like, can you believe it was anything like this? You know what I mean? Like back when it was just mud.
Outside of home openers, 4th of July, and then like the
MLS
end of the
Cup.
season, and MLS Cup, yeah. Like outside of that, like.
But I just think back to when
Even
that
then,
area was just like mud and grass.
Oh yeah.
And now there's there's lights up and there's fucking televisions and there's all these porta potties and there's this big bunker thing and it's there's different people playing music and barbecuing and beer tables or what is it called, like beer pong and flip cup turn. There's all this shit going
that
on now.
beanbag game, what is it called?
Cornhole.
Cornhole, yeah.
But like I just look at as soon as I walked in, I was immediately taken back to like 2008, maybe 2007, 2008, and it's just this gross area that it used to rain on, and now it's fucking beautiful. Like I know we lost and it's bad, but I just looking at the atmosphere surrounding the club going into the game, it was amazing. Huge up.
I mean, and the amount of alcohol was crazy.
It was a little wild. It was a little over the top.
This is a little wild. But I mean, everyone's excited. That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be excited. Home opener, it's huge. And this is what it's supposed to be. Like I think our girl Faye, she brought peanut butter whiskey. Speaking of peanut butter.
Yeah, it was delicious, by the way.
It was so damn sweet.
It was really
and
good.
I loved every sip of it.
I'm not usually a like super sweet alcohol dude, but that was I love peanut butter.
Yeah.
Peanut butter makes everything better, Ed.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Agree. But yeah, let's get into some up and downs. I will go first. I will say a down to. And I think we're gonna get into a little bit, but the tactics, man. 27 crosses.
Yeah. For the second game in a row.
For the second game in the row. To a striker who's being double teamed every time. Who's 5'8".
9. Yeah.
Who does not have a history of winning a lot of headers against 2 defenders.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And
GBS wants more crosses in the box.
Hey, we'll find him.
He wasn't satisfied with the amount that we had. He wanted more. I don't understand what's going on, Chris.
Yeah. The tactics are a little weird, little out of the box, but it'll be okay. It'll be all right.
That's it.
I don't know what to tell you, man. This is where we're at. We're gonna cover GBS. We're gonna talk his tactics.
And I guess my one up from the game, seeing Jonathan as the captain, even though he probably shouldn't have been playing.
Makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
So we don't have the captaincy on the board, right? So
no, it was in my original rundown, but
we talk about it right now then.
Yeah.
So I keep track.
Hey, Adam Serrano. Apparently Chicharito isn't the captain that's been named, but okay, whatever, buddy.
So I keep track of things like our captaincy. Yeah.
So before we go on, I want to give a shout out to Madam Serrano, who we met and was wasted.
Yeah, he may have been the most twisted person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he remember meeting us? That's
Probably
the
not.
question.
I genuinely don't think so. He hugged me 5 times, 6 times. That Madam Serrano, who I got to meet in the flesh and got to see his face, the actual Madam Serrano.
I can actually put a face to the tweets now.
Yes, beautiful face.
I think one of you
chiseled by the gods.
One of you introduced him to me, and then he introduced himself to me
I
like
did,
a second later.
Oh my God, he was well done, sir. As long as he didn't drive, verified, like he had somebody who was taking him, but properly tied one on.
Oh man,
properly tied.
I can guarantee Lyft and Uber made a fortune.
Yeah, they made an absolute killing
off of the Galaxy game on Saturday night. But yeah, I mean, so sorry, captaincy.
So I track things like the captaincy. Like I care how many captains there are. Ben and I were hockey fans, and Montreal Canadiens always make a big deal about somebody getting the captaincy.
I go to a game.
You will view both Ducks and Kings games equally if the ticket is free.
I like both games. I like both teams.
You know what?
Is that a confession that I'm making right now?
No. I think that's
okay. Cool.
Known.
Chris knows me. I'm like a SoCal guy.
You are very,
except San Diego teams. I don't give a shit about.
You always seem very pro wherever you're going. So it's like if I happen to be there and I don't have any I have no direct animus with that group. Like, go team, go.
Well, this is a person who's grown up in Long Beach, so like, Dodgers and Angels were huge.
Yeah.
The Kings and Ducks, huge.
And the only team you cared about was the Ice Dogs.
And Ice Dogs. I mean, I've been to more Ice Dogs games than I've probably been to both Kings and Ducks games. Yeah.
Any hoozles.
Yeah.
So people like me, like I care about the captaincy and the lineage of the captaincy, and I like to think more people than just me care about the list of captains. And I went through, and I it didn't take that long, but I went through some research and found and was able to get like just going into the season first team captain. Like you're the person selected as first team captain.
Yeah, as a team with a 25-year history, it shouldn't be like
should be impossible
that expensive.
And it's not. You know, there's not a whole lot of conflict. It's pretty easy. Like you know, Kalishman Ward until he left, Frazier Ward until he left. Kobe cedes it to Pete, who ends up ceding it to Landon, who cedes it to Beckham, who cedes it back to Donovan, who cedes it to Keno, who cedes it to Yellow, who cedes it to Cole, who cedes it to Zlatan, who cedes it to question mark. Like it's for the most part, it had been pretty easy to track. And the Galaxy seemed to have announced, and it's still on their website, the Galaxy seemed to have announced Javier Hernandez was captain for the 2020 season. That's the quote that's, again, still on the website. Interesting, the little image that's that Hernandez in the middle with captain written all over it, that no longer appears on the website. But that page still appears there. So at least for Vancouver, it seems like Jonathan is the first team captain. Javier Hernandez was completely fit. He wore the band and everything. Like we know it's Jonathan now. And then more importantly, when Jonathan got subbed off, it went to Kleshchen. I think it went to Sasha when Johnny got subbed out, even though Hernandez was still in the field. Yeah. And then when Sasha got subbed out, it went to, I think, Leggett. So it's like almost like you're purposefully kind of working around giving him the armband because logic would kind of dictate he would be your vice captain. And even if it's like, well, he wore it against Houston, where Sasha played, Hernandez wore it against Houston, and so if he was vice captain and Jonathan was out, like it should go to him. So I don't know what it is, and I know no one. I'm fully aware no one is interested in this. But
this weekend it'll be like Stairs has the armband and like Bingham or whatever.
And they'll say, and he'll be like, I haven't selected a captain. We're doing it by committee, and we're gonna figure out.
Everybody's captain.
I like the little Jamaican accent on that. But for now, I think we can go out on a limb and say Javier Hernandez was not the 11th captain of the LA Galaxy. It appears like Jonathan Dos Santos is the 11th captain in the history of the Galaxy. So long may he reign. The right man got the job.
All right, now Chris,
which is no diss to Hernandez. Hopefully he's still a leader on the field and all that.
Let me get your up and down, or down from this game.
I will take and I think it's going to roll into tactics again, but just the positioning and the spacing of everyone. It was a lot of open grass in a slightly different formation. We played a 4-1-4-1 instead of that 4-3-3 we had played earlier.
Yeah.
But it kind of goes back to the tactics you were talking about earlier. It forced Pavone and Katai further back, which left Hernandez more on an island than he was against Houston. So I formationally, I mean, it's just awful showing. As an up, man,
try to find one.
You gotta dig. You know what? It's a slight cop out. Victoria block. I loved seeing it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I mean, I've known John for a long time, the leader. I don't know if leader of the ACB is still the title or the title that works, but John of the ACB. I could see him from our section, and I'm like, he must be having an absolute fun. If I know anything about him, I know that's a little slice of heaven.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping we would score just so he could kind of like standing from the box, like get to see that kind of going up from everybody. But their tifo was incredible. It's a great initial outing. Paid homage to an a couple older years of Galaxy jerseys. I can't remember the exact quote that was on the tifo. If either of you have it or can pull it up really quick.
Fuck.
For the ACB?
Yeah, for the ACB tifo. I can't remember it, but I mean, look, they know what it was. But it was outstanding, and I thought they did a great job. I think when they end up getting that filled out, and it's genuinely packed top to bottom with fans, like it's. I don't know how to safely say it, but there is not a standing section in the stadium that's going to be able to contend with them. So that's a huge up for me.
Benjamin, let's get an up and down from you, sir.
Ben, who was in attendance,
Yes.
came out of the
All
house.
the whole Squadcast family was in the house.
Yeah, my up goes to Mark Parker because
Yeah.
Who was also wasted.
Yeah, Mark was having a good time.
I loved Mark.
yeah, Mark was having
Mark
a real
loves
good
the
time.
party.
Yeah.
But thank you, Mark, for getting me in the gates. I appreciate it. And that's really it for the. I mean, the tailgate, like Chris said, I don't remember it being that crowded at any game I've been to
Yeah,
before.
it's pretty wild.
Holy shit! The line for the
Porta
potties,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I saw Matt outside in the line. He was doing a little potty. He was like 5 years old doing the potty dance. I'm like, hey Matt, you got to go over to the building over there, man. There's a bathroom in there.
Yeah, we can't talk about that.
Yeah. So.
We gotta keep that
Anybody
one.
trying to
No, we gotta keep
That's
that
a
off
good
limits.
time,
That's shh. We don't talk about that.
Yeah. So I'll.
That's how you keep that. That's how you keep that rolling, man.
Or just hold it and then just go to the stadium.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he shouldn't tell people about.
Hey man, people got to go. They got to go. They got to find it.
That's not.
I mean, dude,
that's not a
Matt was
problem.
gonna die, dude. Like,
No, you. I'm not saying
was-
don't tell Matt. I'm saying stop talking about it on the show.
Hey man.
Gotta give it away.
It's just falling apart in here.
I use the force. I have their quote, by the way, for the long stretch
Okay.
tifo. It said, we write, oh shit, sorry. We've written history with our tradition of victory. And then drop down was this like massive galaxy tarp. Really, really awesome showing. And then, we lost camera and we're back. And
Okay.
you had a, get it down. Presumably that one's a little easier.
The down was the whole. I mean, we look like shit. That's it. We look like shit. We couldn't do anything. Katai, I was sitting next to Amy, or I was standing next to Amy, and she kind of hit the nail on the head. Is that I'm not sold on Katai at this point.
The man. Do you remember his yellow card?
In this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be one of the dumbest yellow cards I think in Galaxy history.
Corona's second was up there, man. The second that got him a red, that was a pretty stupid play.
But here's the
especially
thing,
when he got a yellow
Katai
like
is
8 minutes
chasing.
earlier.
He's chasing the guy down, right? He's lost the ball. He's chasing the guy
And
down.
he's clearly not going to catch him.
Clearly not going to catch him, and just wipes him out.
He's like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
that was
53rd minute. I'm like, really? Come on, man.
I was kind of okay with that. At that point, it was that was a frustration
Nah,
foul.
if that guy at home can't get through a game without drawing a yellow card, like, nah.
When we talk about frustrations, my frustration with him, where a man who's on the wing, I think had less crosses than the right back.
Yeah, well, we like crossing from those outside backs. There's really no two ways about that. Katai was
Or
cutting in a lot,
a man who is coming in and back-to-back games is out by the 58th minute.
though. Yeah,
Like how can you not
Is there-
how can you not play 75 minutes?
That's got to be a health thing, right?
Minimum.
He's just not healthy. Or
not
is
getting
he
up to
just not
fitness.
fit?
I hope. I mean,
But he's been with. I mean,
he was here all
there an
preseason.
injury?
He was here all
He was
preseason.
all preseason. Like it's not like he played in. I want to say like pretty much all the preseason games. If I.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
sold.
he didn't play 90 in any preseason game. He's been doing this.
Well,
like,
preseason games. You
But
really
we were
don't.
doing
But
we
he
were
was
doing the
doing, like,
mass
the-
substitutions.
yeah, but he's been doing even the last couple preseason games where more players played longer minutes. He was doing the subbing early, and he was always your first guy out.
One of your rotation guys.
That's still not good. Like you've had 2 months to work on that.
Yeah,
This is the guy who's
I
supposed to be
guess
better
he's
than
the
Allison
guy,
Drini
man.
too. Like he's gonna be better than Allison Drini.
You know,
That's what everyone says.
And who knows, man?
Hey, Allison Dreen's still out of a job, man.
Apparently, he's out of a job now.
Yeah, he was tweeting hearts at the Galaxy.
Hey, dude.
I would. He's not coming back, but I would love it if he came back.
Tam deal. You take it?
Allison Drini.
No,
Yeah.
Right now that's the issue. Like, and Allison Drini fixes a lot of problems. That's what sucks. And we know what's weird is like I would love to have Allison Drini back, but like he isn't. He's not it. Like you need a Fabio Alvarez. You need the guy you had last year, and Fabio Alvarez may have not blown everybody's mind and been the greatest thing in the world, but positionally, like he is what's missing. He's what we're lacking.
Yeah, we're definitely missing that central attacking figure.
But Allison Drini can play that, or you can play Allison Drini on the left and you can play Pavone in the middle. Like it checks boxes. I just think we need someone who is leave Pavone where he seems to excel on the left wing, and then we need to. It doesn't seem like we need to concern ourselves that much with a backup center back because Depew seems to arguably fighting for a starting spot. Like he had the mistake in Vancouver, but it's like if Giancarlo isn't completely out of position,
Yeah,
that's not
Yeah,
gonna be an
I
issue.
put that way more on
Well,
Giancarlo
but
than I do
well,
to
here's
Pierre.
the thing: is if you look back at the goal that we gave up against Vancouver,
Mhm.
I would call it a rookie mistake where he like dives in, not stands up to not stands up to the attacker.
He overcommits.
He overcommits, and it's definitely a problem when it's just you and like Giancarlo who are trying to defend like 3-4 guys. So maybe more so that he needs to learn that hey, you don't have to go diving every time.
Mhm.
I don't know he's young, he's very inexperienced, only his 7th game
But that's the thing.
at a top level.
It's not an argument of whether he learns that so he can start every week. It's where we were looking to spend money was on a center back.
Yeah.
And if he's good enough to be your backup center back, then we're fine.
Oh yeah.
Like if it's
And if
he's shown
that's
that
money you're gonna
yeah,
spend,
it's enough that he can learn.
Yeah.
Like I would much. I mean, clearly the bigger issue
And
is
we'll
like
talk-
we
can
need
talk-
to find someone for the attacking mid spot.
And we can talk about that more because I think we have a lightning round question on that.
Okay.
So we can dive into that more. What about our midfielders, man? Like
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking nightmare this week.
Jonathan is seemed not to be fit, and he
Apparently his sub was precaution though.
yeah.
Like it was it was not necessarily pre-planned when he was going out, but it was always known he was going to get substituted.
Yeah, they're like, hey, if you're gassed by we're just gonna pull you out.
But what have I told you?
You
And
burned your
we've
sub.
been consistent. We've been consistent on this, and I have consistently said this. It's a mark of bad coaching to go in knowing you're going to burn a sub on somebody. If
Well, look what you're doing
Katai,
with-
but if
look what
Katai
you're
is
doing with Katai.
if Katai is a tie is if his fitness is an issue, or if his psychology is an issue, and he keeps running into getting close to getting sent out of games, so you got to sub him out. What we burned 2 subs by the 50-something minute, 53rd
58th.
minute, 58th.
Yeah.
By 2/3 of the game, you're done.
Now you have 30 minutes that you
You get to make one tactical change. If either you score and you hold on for a draw in a game you probably should have blown your opponents out. But if you don't have the forwards to bring in anyway, I guess what does it matter? Like that was an exceptionally bad game for the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I understand. Apparently Jonathan pushed really hard because he wanted to play in the opener and he wanted to be there. If he's not fit, he's not good or ready to go. And if you have to sub him out halfway through a match, like he's not ready yet. If he's not ready yet, maybe we plan to bring him in late. Like I don't like the idea of knowingly burning 2 substitutions really, really, really early. Who knows what happens? Somebody gets hurt and now you're done. Like tactically you don't get to make a play because you had 2 that you planned on burning early, and then
or you get
knock on wood, somebody got hurt.
Corona who gets 2 yellow cards.
Who
in
gets
like
sent
5
off?
minutes.
Yeah, like it's really, really, really poor plan. He got his first yellow 10 minutes after the second substitution, and then 8 minutes later he was gone. 7 minutes later he was gone.
Yeah, I mean it's just a poor performance all around. I mean, again, it's a team that should have been blown out, but we're already getting the calls for the hashtag GBS out. What do you think, Chris?
It's I jokingly tweeted GBS out, and that's what puts me in an awkward position. Obviously no, but he should be on if there is a hot seat in Major League Soccer right now, it should be him. We're 40 games into this dude's administration. Like the big guy.
I think we gave him the pass the first year.
But
Obviously.
the big guy is gone.
Yeah.
The big guy is gone. Josh went through it. Our good buddy Josh Numbers went through it. Like we re-signed Kitchen, we re-signed Steris, we re-signed Felcher. Like this isn't GBS is playing with the last administration's toys until everything gets set up. Like this is your team.
Yeah.
These guys who you've re-signed are people you've made a decision on.
Well, I think that's what we said. We said that we give him the pass last year because it wasn't his team. None of these guys were his guys. You've had a full preseason now. Like
Corona is his guy.
Yeah.
Katai is his guy. Giancarlo is his guy. After you re-sign him and keep starting him, Felcher is your guy. Like these are his guy. Bingham is your guy. Like these are your guys. It's concerning that after 40 games, we at least look like we're stuck in one tactical setup. where it's more like we got lucky that GBS was going to play to Zlatan's strengths because that's just the way he was going
Just
to
the
play.
way he plays, yeah.
That's the way he was going to play, and Zlatan, makes miracles out of nothing. Like that's the chief difference. That's why I don't understand, people going too crazy about Hernandez yet. Like he's not Zlatan, and we play like Zlatan is going to start every game, and he's not there anymore. Like we need to move on from playing in his Zlatan 4-1-4-1 with Javier Hernandez up front. Like that's basic.
Yeah.
That's first day work.
Exactly.
Like that's not going to benefit. And he's the one dude who's here. It's him. And with all due respect, it's him or it's Ethan Zubak. And if you're not positionally, like 4-1-4-1 makes more sense for Ethan Zubak. And he's not a big kid, but I expect him to take lumps.
Well, he's bigger. He's like over 6 foot. So I mean, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, and being a young man, like I expect him to be like a McBean and take lumps and take hits. Like Javier Hernandez, 31 years old, has played at a lot of places better than Major League Soccer, if we're honest. And you're putting him in a position where the only way he can be successful is to get murdered going up for every ball. It is day one coaching. You don't leave a poacher on an island by himself.
It seems so obvious, right? And why do we feel like it's, to us who we're definitely not better coaches than GBS, but it seems like it's basic stuff where you don't play balls over the top or crosses into a guy who's getting double teamed every time pretty much.
Yeah.
And who's not
Zlatan.
Who's not Zlatan, who's not 6 foot whatever. It's insane. It's insane. Because it's literally the definition of insane when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
What's crazier is for where you set Katai and Pavone up against Vancouver versus Houston, it's worse. It's going in the wrong direction. He dropped the two wingers that should be up there helping him further back. Like it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I hope it gets figured out. Like the benefit is I assume GBS and DTK are smarter than me. And I can see what's wrong.
That's the thing.
Like the fact that I can see what's wrong and everyone else can, like that's the thing. And I tweeted out as well. It's like I understand everyone on Twitter. Nowadays, everyone on Twitter is a genius. Everyone on Twitter knows everything and can solve the problem. This is the one problem where everyone agrees. Like everyone is like, here's clearly what's wrong. How can this guy not see what's wrong? Maybe against Miami.
Probably not. Benjamin, we have some voicemails. Thank you guys for calling. If you guys want to leave us voicemails after a game, you can call us at 562-641-5277. And if you want to call during the show, it's the same number, 562-641-5277. Let's get that first voicemail, Ben.
So the transcription says it's from Paris Parker.
Paris Parker?
So, Mark Parker.
Mark Parker?
Hey, it's Parker. So, section, I was in 136. I was fucking right there. And I still don't know who the fuck Ben is. So, Ben, stop by and say hi. It'd be good to shake your hand, give you a hug, and say, hey, good to meet you. But, having Pavone stuck to the left touchline is a waste of fucking time. So that's my take on the game tonight. Yeah, so there was second yellow. We were down a man, but taking Pavone and sticking him to the left line is a waste of fucking time. Sticking that guy to a particular portion of the field will not help the team. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks, Parker. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Ben, he didn't say hi to you, man, because you're apparently invisible. No one knows who you are.
I know.
You gotta make yourself. You gotta make yourself more public this year.
Yeah, we're gonna put Ben more pictures on the Instagram and stuff.
Boom.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, Pavone looked basically invisible most of the time. I think that's why they switched
This
him.
is worst game.
I think that's why they switched him over to the right side so he can actually get some more of the ball.
Well, the kid from Vancouver, I don't remember his name, but it's Bikel, something like that. Bikel. So the number 19 probably did as good of a job as anyone's done against Christian Pavone so far.
Well, I think any team knows the tactic is just don't get the ball to Pavone or Chicharito, and then Galaxy have nothing.
But Pavone he had the ball a lot. That kid was just all over him.
From what I remember that Vancouver tried to keep it on our right side, their left side most of the night. just to keep it away from them.
Their left side.
But even when Pavone did have it, like you would see like simple stuff like his touch was off. Like it was just
It was a
weird.
bad day at the office for a lot of people.
Bad night. All right, next call is from Paul.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Hello, this is Paul Hidalgo. I was the one with the Star Wars helmet.
Oh, did you see that?
I had the same stats as Chicharito tonight.
You gotta turn it up.
0 assists, 0 goals. So give me the fucking DP spot if Chicharito's gonna be doing the same shit every fucking weekend. Give me fucking Agüero because Chicharito is all he's doing is this year. All he cares about is YouTube channel. Naked humans. So shut the fuck up, Chicharito, and go fucking get out of here and give me Agüero. Good night.
Oh, shit.
I mean, would Agüero probably be better for this team? Yeah. Because he's a guy who goes and finds the ball. Chicharito doesn't do that. He's never done that.
Well, Sergio Aguero is still currently scoring in the Premier League.
Yeah, but you know, it's a guy who will come back, find the ball. If it's not coming to him, he'll go find the ball.
Right. But he's
Chicharito does not do that. He needs service.
Sergio Aguero is objectively a better player than Javier Hernandez is today. I mean, it's not being a dick. It's Javier Hernandez is look. I think Robbie Keane's better than both of them. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, and then Tom Smart's just the best of all time. So.
Alan Gordon's up there as well. But it's as long as we're not playing to his strengths at all, it's really hard for me to be tough on Hernandez. As long as we're not giving him anything, like one shot on goal in 2 games, as long as we're not giving him any service to work with, it's tough to be too hard on him.
Yeah, that's exactly. You can't really blame Chicharito for not getting service. Like that's plain and simple. He's just not getting service.
But I'm finding it interesting how people are starting to turn on him very quickly.
Well, I mean, because he's big money signing, he's the face of the team.
He's the dude. Like, and you're not scoring. That's what I don't get. Why aren't the Gal?
And it's be fair. It's like not everyone's gonna be like you or me or a lot of podcasts are like you live and breathe this stuff. So it's like if everyone's like, oh, this guy's not scoring. Why isn't he scoring? He must suck. And it comes down to basics. Like you break it down to like, oh, that guy's not scoring. He sucks.
Yeah, but also Zlatan had 3 goals by now.
But it's also Zlatan.
Right, but I think had
Zlatan been getting 30 crosses a game, he'd be putting in goals.
But I think that's part of the issue. Like you're coming off of 3 goals in 2 games, coming off of 27 minutes against LAFC. I watched the game last week, but coming off of 2 goals in 27 minutes.
There's never going to be a better
It's unfair. It's unfair. But it's another one of those cases where it's tough to be the following act behind someone who is so stellar and incredible.
Yeah.
But until we work to his benefits, what are you going to do? You can't expect this from him.
All right, Ben. Next caller from Larry.
This is Larry. I sit in section 105, but today I was sitting in Victoria block. My analysis for the game today was shit. I feel that
that's some expert analysis.
Culture had a pretty good game.
He's got you beat.
The defense pretty much did pretty well, I think.
He copied
overall.
me. That's what I said.
I think where it was really bad was in the midfield. Dos Santos is good in the center defensive mid, but I think that Sasha Kleitchen and Joe Corona have they're not in sync. Joe Corona has no creativity to kind of link with the attackers, so it was just bad all around. Katai looked really uninterested and didn't want to be out there, so it was just I know GBS got it bad all around today. Horrible game.
Well, it's so crazy to think that 2019 Galaxy, we went from like, what's going on with their defense? We're really, really bad. 2020 is like, damn, our defense is actually pretty good.
Looking all right.
What's going on with our attack?
That Rolf Felcher is young and up and.
Rolf's looking better.
Green card Felcher, baby.
Dupui's looking better. Depew.
Depew.
I gotta remember that. I mean, I gotta give credits to Giancarlo's looking better.
He looks better, yeah. He's not good, but he's improved.
And then Insua might be my favorite player on this team right
phenomenal.
now. So this defense is showing up to these games. I mean, yeah, you're giving up goals to Vancouver, but you're giving goals to Houston. If you can keep it to 1 goal a game, I'm not gonna be mad. Because our offense should be scoring 2-3 goals a game.
It's also going to be, you're going to face a lot of chances. You're going to face a lot of shots if you're throwing possession away in the way we're throwing possession away. And we've held possession for the first 2 games. We've won possession in both.
Yeah,
we definitely
we've
did in
had
this
the
last
most possession in both games. Yeah.
But when we get the ball, like we move upfield and we cross it into nobody, we cross it into a short guy, and we give possession up and it's right back. I co-sign most things this person said. I don't think Jonathan had a great game, but I think that was built on him clearly still dealing with whatever this injury is. I think he started limping somewhere in the 15th or 16th minute, and then everything after that was just really, really labored. He shouldn't have started. It's very, very clear he shouldn't have started. I like him in that spot if the 2 midfielders in front of him are as you say, working more in sync than Sasha and Corona are. If it's like Sasha and Kitchen, although I'm not necessarily sold on Sasha Kleshin starting, or maybe Corona and Kitchen, if they can work it together, then I wouldn't mind seeing Jonathan sit that deep. But other than that, looks like he's going to need to be further forward to help pull strings a little bit.
And then last call is going to be from the 310.
I think it's Lonzo, according to the transcription.
Lonzo Ball?
Baller.
Big baller brand.
Hey, Ed. Zero Cool. How you guys doing? I'll try to keep it as short as possible. By the way, this is Lonzo from Noah. Oh, man. We just looked really bad. We definitely JDS in there. And GBS is just, it seems to me that he's just stubborn, and I don't know, that the tactics are just not working. We got Chicharito in there, and we're still lobbing, center balls into him when we just need to. I don't know. It's just not connection. It's frustrating to watch. I try to be as optimistic as possible, but it's just looking like it's gonna be a long season. All right, guys. Hopefully, it gets better. All right. Have a good one, and looking forward to listening to you guys in the midweek pod. All right. Have a good one. Thanks.
Thank you, Alonzo. Thank you, everyone, for calling. If you guys ever want to give us a call and leave a voicemail, it is 562-641-5277. You can also use that number if you want to call in during the live shows. So, hey, if anyone calls in, you have your opinion, give us a call. 562-641-5277.
Lonzo is like quietly one of my favorite black guy names. Like Lonzo or Alonzo. I'm a big fan of that.
What's the difference in Fresh Prince?
Which one?
Carlton?
Carlton's what is his name? It's I was gonna say Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Ribeiro?
Alfonso
Alfonso.
Ribeiro.
That's close enough.
Alfonso, it's like a black Italian dude.
Yeah, I think a little bit of what Alonzo was talking about is trying to be a little optimistic.
Lonzo.
It's
Lonzo.
I'm pretty sure it's Alonzo.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Alonzo, your name is Lonzo.
I agree with Tuck. I think he said Lonzo.
Your name is Lonzo now.
I think he said Lonzo.
It's way better.
The caller from 310. I think he's right. It's a little too early to really start jumping off a cliff yet.
Mm-hmm.
It is worrying. It's very, very worrying that, and he said it, GBS seems to be very stubborn when it comes to anything.
Yeah.
And changing it, anything, and saying maybe he's wrong about things. That's what just seems to be what's going on, is that he doesn't want to change for the sake of like admitting that what he's doing is wrong.
I was thinking about it earlier. I hope it's like and I'm sure it isn't. Oh, hang on. I hope it's like smooth. I hope it's like a Jose Mourinho at Tottenham situation where he's like, look, I need an attacking midfielder. And I keep telling you I need an attacking midfielder. And you haven't got that shit done yet. And look, if I don't have an attacking mid, this is how I'm going to play. Because you're telling me the only tools I have are these guys who can cross from their wingback spots.
All right.
So you know what? I'm just going to keep rolling with it till you guys get me the attacking mid I need. And hopefully I guess hopefully that's not the situation, because that doesn't seem like it's working out very well.
Yeah, I don't really want to see like a rift between him and DCA.
Get that shit. It needs to happen. Something needs to happen, and it's clear where the hole is. Like it's clear where the hole is to the simple. Pete Vainus can see the hole here. Like any dullard can tell you what's wrong with this team. So it's like if he's just, hey, I mean, next week, Pavon and Katai, they're gonna be They're gonna be below the midfield line.
27 crosses, baby.
We're just defense and crossing up. That's all day.
That's just gonna be the theme. 27 crosses.
Hopefully.
Anything else from this game you guys want to talk about before we move on? Let's get our Bet LA Sports update from Ben. Let's just
So
get it
we
over with.
yeah, we lost our ass this week. Well,
Yeah.
we lost everything we had made the previous week. I told you guys probably should have played a little more conservative, but hey, we're even money. We play with house money.
Ben, you know us liberals. You know we
spend that free
spend
money.
Free money. Dude.
Yes.
Hashtag feel the burn, baby.
So last
Eat
week
the rich. I saw Eat the Rich today. I was like, oh my god,
Jesus.
you can't just kill them. We need to consume them.
Purge the rich.
There you go.
So we took the Galaxy and over 3 goals, and neither one of those hit.
Ugh.
Well, I thought we took the over of total goals.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Over 3 goals. Yeah,
Yeah.
total 3 goals. So, you know,
you win some, you lose some.
So we're back at two. We're back at.
we're back to even 200.
Hey,
200,
look, we're
okay.
batting 500 right now.
All right. Hey, look, we got the
Hey,
Galaxy beat.
You know what? The key in gambling is don't start losing your money. We're even money. We're break even.
We're good.
We're good. We just got to hit this week.
We'll be good. We'll be fine. We're gonna hit
We'll
this
be
week. It's
fine.
gonna
And
be great.
then we'll just have you put more money in for us. That's fine.
Company card.
The company, the Squadcast Black Card.
Squad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so let's hear that update for that. So,
Well, you want to get to Big Tony? Since we'll get to the odds when we get to.
The second one.
all right. So moving on, we'll talk about Big Tony's email. Well, apparently the G's didn't get the memo about beating a weak Vancouver team. Everyone predicted a win, and everyone was wrong. So the scores from match day 1 stayed the same. Chris leads with 3 points, Ed is a close second at 2 points, and Ben continues to have nothing. Prediction order stays the same as last week with Ben first, Ed second, and Chris last. Listener predictions. I suppose I should be thanking the G's for making my job easy. Of the 74 people who participated, all 74 predicted a Galaxy win. You're
God.
welcome. We all convinced you. And got
Oh
your
shit!
hands.
Where's the
It's fine.
trophy? You got it in here?
They played Vancouver. How could we possibly lose? No points for anyone. Full standings are likely available on the RiotSquadcast.com website. Just a reminder, please use the same name and email every week, aka, this is to you, Sam. It's much easier to match up entries to previous weeks when you do. The new prediction game link is active and can be found on Twitter. Additionally, an email was sent to everyone who has participated, and I will also start tweeting out reminders with the link for those who haven't played previously. You want to follow at BigTony_42 or at Riot Squadcast to catch those reminders to play, and we'll retweet them and stuff too. So, looking forward, on Saturday, the G's travel across the country to face one of the new teams in the league, Beckham's Inter Miami. This could be exactly what the G's offense needs, as Miami has lost their first 2 games, having only scored 1 goal and allowed in 3. Additionally, their starting center back Roman Torres is suspended after receiving a red card last week versus DC United. Unfortunately, the G's haven't lit up the scoreboard, also only having scored 1 time. The lack of offensive production has overreacted G's fans, pointing the finger at Hernandez and claiming Zlatan would have scored already. Well, he's not Zlatan, and before prematurely throwing away the season, a lot of teams said it right. Our biggest issue seems to be the lack of midfield, and Joe Corona's suspension due to a red card in the last match won't help matters. For the G's to succeed, we need Jonah to be healthy and legit to gain his touchback that he had prior to the injury. And just for the old school Larsers out there, now that Beckham's team has started playing in Miami, one thing is for certain: when this is a name that goes back to the boards back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
LP Berdero, I'm assuming, asks, will Beckham be in Miami for July 4th? Well, we can finally answer a definite maybe, as they have away tickets on
How
March.
many
away matches
people?
on March 1st and 5th.
How many people listening to this get
We'll
that
know
joke?
that? Like 7.
Oh, that's perfect then.
It's 7. It's fine. So the Saturday boys,
Tell
11:30.
that story on Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. 11:30. The Beckham teams.
The Beckham Experience Part 2.
Part 2.
But yeah,
That's if the game goes off.
Yeah, what are you hearing, Ben?
So I did a little research, and let me pull that up real quick. So the big news that came out of Miami over the weekend was they have this big Cuban music festival, and so over the weekend they announced that it was canceled. And this is like, they expect hundreds of thousands of people, like all the Cubans in the local area, to come to Miami for this festival.
Are there a lot of Cubans in Miami?
I'm guessing so.
What's your feelings on Fidel's time running Cuba? It's a hot button issue.
I mean, I love a Cubano.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Speaking of sandwiches.
Yeah.
So yes, so Mayor Francis Suarez canceled the what is it? Let me get the actual name of it right here. It is the Calle Ocho Festival. So I guess it's the biggest Cuban festival in the country. But according to this morning, a report came out from I think it's a Miami Sun or Miami Herald, that said that the game is supposed to go off as scheduled as of right now, despite the coronavirus scares. And I did get a notice from MLS PR department because we are part of the North American Soccer Reporters.
Yeah, we're big time. So just let you know.
But so MLS locker rooms are closed to reporters now. So whereas
he doesn't notice his mic's not on. He was trying to talk into the mic, but it's fine. You were talking, and then
anyways, so locker rooms are closed to reporters. There from now on, it will just be.
Your issue is that no one could hear me.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, let me stop this. You guys couldn't hear Chris, but I thought he did
I could
something.
hear you remarking over there, and you're just like, oh, your mic's not on, dude.
All right. It's not what happened. It's fine.
I don't think it's what happened either. Yeah, fuck Ed.
And fuck Tucker's friend.
Oh, I should have that turned up.
You're such a fuck up.
And fuck Tucker's friend.
You're the
That's
worst,
better.
man.
Anyways, so right now, I would say probably better than 50-50 the game goes off, but I think there is a chance that it doesn't. I think that between now
There's
and
a lot of
the
Galaxy
weekend,
fans going out there.
Yeah.
A lot of Galaxy fans going out there.
You know, if you would have waited till the last minute, you probably could have got your flight for pretty cheap.
Bro, it's crazy. Erica said their tickets to Hawaii for like $100-something.
Dude, a buddy of mine, yeah, he was going to Boston. He got a round trip to Boston for some like music concert thing he's going to for $120.
I would genuinely.
I still wouldn't pay that much.
I would rather get the coronavirus than go to Boston.
Yeah.
That's a music festival.
Like I feel
thing,
like there's because you can survive this, right? People are bouncing back. Like
well,
I know
mean,
old people and young people are dying.
It started as like a less than 2% mortality rate, and I think that's jumped up to like 3 to 4%.
I thought it was like 6%, something like that.
Nah.
It's a fucking it's
no
this
more than
fake news
4%.
media.
Who cares?
That's telling me all these it's terrible,
who
these
cares?
despicable numbers.
It's 4%. 4%.
Hey, as long as that percent ain't
That's
me.
not much.
Nah, that's too much.
I think so. I think someone pointed out, like, I haven't heard any black person get the coronavirus, so
Did you see?
that's all you nasty ass white people.
I saw this thing
That's all you
that
nasty
said,
ass white people not washing their
Did
hands.
you see that meme that said that like 12 people in the United States have died from coronavirus, and Jeffrey Dahmer ate more than that?
that's fucked up. That's a good appetite. Good for him. My grandmother would have been proud. She
What do
always
you
liked
think
us to
tastes
eat
the
big
best?
plates. Like which ethnicity?
Yeah.
Well, like fat on meat is. I don't really eat meat anymore, but like fat on meat is really tasty, right?
I mean,
So be white people.
yeah,
I don't know. I've always felt like Korean people would be delicious.
because of the spices.
Yeah, I just feel like they take care of it's got high quality meats.
Hey, man, as long as it's all you can eat, it's fine.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
What do you think? You can't just leave me out here to be like Korean people are delicious, and then you don't chime in.
All right, so the lineups.
Oh,
for,
fuck that!
Miami-
What's your people?
Oh, we gotta move on, dude. It's alright.
Ben.
We gotta move on.
I feel like Ben's actually eating people.
It's a Patreon. We'll talk about it on Patreon.
Patreon, word.
Patreon. Keep it tight, Tuck. Keep it
Miami.
tight.
They're gonna be up for it, man.
Oh yeah,
Home opener, 18,000 people.
18,000.
Yep,
Oh, but they're in their like temporary
They're
building.
little,
they're in,
yeah.
basically,
Technically,
yeah.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, not even Miami. It's Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
They got to get what's that dude everybody in Miami likes?
Pitbull.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Nah,
Daddy
dude,
Yankee, but he's not.
Pitbull's on board with Miami FC, man.
Really? He's like
Yeah.
an owner.
Nah, but
He's
came
just
out-
he's just strangely
don't
down with.
care.
he's strangely down. No, dude,
He don't care.
Google it. He's.
You fucking Google it.
I'm telling you, I don't.
But
need
he
to
won't
Google
do it because he never Googles it. But yeah,
I just,
Bro, he's right. Like
Tucker's
I
friend.
searched Pitbull Miami FC, and the first thing that came up was like instead Pitbull is out here repping the Miami FC. The club's he's apparently like strangely down.
I
with
want to
Miami
see
FC.
that when
Tucker's
Beckham's
friend.
team gets to like their actual stadium. I guarantee you, Pitbull goes out there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think he's at a
What's the
point.
over under on Dallas?
you know what?
45. I don't think he has any idea what his schedule is. Like someone's just like, go here, wear a white suit, dress like you're on Miami Vice, and then go here.
And here's a shirt that has
And wear
Miami
shades.
on it. Like he's like, oh yeah.
If you're
boss.
wearing a shirt today,
Yeah.
and you may
Well, it's usually open collar and
Yeah.
like
pop those bad boys open.
yeah.
Let the
Well, at this point, they're
let
not
the
even made
grass
with.
let the grass grow.
There's not even buttons that are made on the top ones.
It's just, it
So they
starts.
just-
It
just
starts at the
here,
navel.
Yeah.
It starts chest hair high.
Yeah.
What were we
Anyways,
talking about? Sorry, Miami.
Miami. What do you think? They'll be up for it. Chiefs are reeling, man. It's not a great start to the season. I don't have a good feeling about this game.
If we get a point out of it, I'll be pretty happy. I'd be pretty stoked.
I'd be even surprised if we get a
They're
point.
missing Roman Torres, right? He's out. I think he's out to red card suspended. He got a blatant
Did you see that?
denial
The
of
whole
goal scoring
play?
opportunity. Yeah.
Just fucking.
The whole play was crazy. The way they took the goal off the board.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So it's like you saw it, right? It's
Yeah.
like all right. Yeah. So I don't know. It's still a way. It's a way to a new environment, like Florida, where we obviously as a group haven't really been there a whole lot. Home opener. I've been waiting a long time. I think you're gonna go nuts for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I think it's gonna be pretty electric for them, and I think that's gonna carry over to the team.
Yeah, you know what? It reminds me a little bit of Orlando City.
Because they're both in Florida.
No, when we first played them, they were pretty shitty. I think we played them early on in the season again, and thought we were gonna go in there and pretty much clean up, but I think we lost 5-0 or something that game. And that may have been the opening of their stadium. I can't remember, or maybe it was the first game of their franchise. But I remember the first time we went in there and we just got worked over.
Yeah.
Against a pretty shitty Orlando City team. Kind of reminds me of the same thing going into Miami.
Yeah, I don't think you ever want to be the team that goes to like a new franchise like on their home opener, especially now. You're getting Nashville where it's like 60,000.
Yeah,
and you're getting
it's fucking ridiculous.
Cincinnati's when they were getting like what they were 35, 40,000.
I feel like they drew better in the USL, didn't they?
No, they had.
Are they still going
huge.
nuts?
Yeah, it's huge still.
Yeah, but the stadium they're building is smaller than what they're drawing now. I think they're building a stadium capacity that's going to be like 30,000. Yeah,
you can upcharge. Anyways,
yeah, still, but it's cool. It'd be awesome to see someone else.
I keep
having,
waiting
like,
for the first
really
50,000 seater
stadium.
MLS stadium. Like, and I get
like proper.
I get
MLS,
like, Atlanta sells a lot of tickets, but it's like you're actually in a football stadium, and I know that it's a much like it's the same argument the Sounders fans make. Yeah, it's a football stadium that was designed specifically with the soccer team. I got all that, but you're in an NFL building.
Yeah, without the NFL, that building doesn't exist.
Yes, but I can't wait for the first like actual proper 50,000 seat.
What were they calling them? Soccer specific
stadiums. Yeah.
Like
but
yeah.
I would like to see NYCFC do that, like build it. But I mean, build it.
I think at this point they're gonna be lucky if they get like a 12,000 seat stadium.
Build it somewhere properly in whichever borough they're supposed to be connected with, and then go straight up in the air, and you're in fucking New York City. You can't fill up 50,000 seats. You're in the second.
I think the problem is finding the.
But you're in the second best city in the world, allegedly, behind Long Beach.
But ask Red Bulls, like they built like a brand new stadium.
They're out in bumfuck Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in order to build a stadium, they had to go to New Jersey to find the stadium.
Yeah, but these people got fucking oil money. Like they're good.
They got the
they got country money, dude.
You
dude own a country.
Yeah, they got nation state money. You can't fucking cut a check.
Which are these like Saudi princes or
Qatar?
What?
No, it's the
Qatar.
It's the
Qatar. The murderers ones, the ones that killed all the immigrants, the migrant workers.
They call it
that narrows it down with the Middle East, dude.
Okay,
you can't just say that. That's like all the Middle Eastern countries.
Qatar's the one that building the World Cup, and just everyone's dying, and then no one cares, and it's fine.
Yeah, they're killing a bunch of Indians, really,
and it's fine. I guess what?
City Football Group is the Abu Dhabi United Group. So I don't know if that's.
Were they the ones in Aladdin?
What?
Oh, that was Ed Rodriguez.
No, that's Chris Tucker.
No, my voice is gonna stop appearing on this show.
All right.
You can catch me on Quarter of the Galaxy if you're interested.
Let's talk possible lineups. Josh? Do we think JDS? I mean, obviously he's gonna make the trip. Do you see him starting in the starting?
I wouldn't
11?
even bring him, man. I don't know why they're bringing him, dude. It's not going to make that big of a difference if he plays 45 minutes.
NYCFC's group is United Arab Emirates.
Same difference.
Okay. I just wanted to give you a chance to sprinkle your racism in there.
It's the same difference.
I appreciate that, Tuck.
Like you were wrong, Tuck, and that's okay because like you gave it a shot off the top of your head. Ben was like, now that I have the correct information, let me go ahead and double down on that racism.
Yeah, but see, my problem was that I went off of Ben's incorrect information.
Right.
And this is Tuck just throwing me the rope going, here, hang yourself, dude.
You keep taking it, man. Every week you keep taking it.
Hey, man, you got to do. Someone's got to do it.
No one needs to do it.
Look, Ben's just ready for someone to kick out the chair from underneath him, so it's fine.
It's gonna be his youngest
That's
daughter.
that's all I got to look forward
Hey,
to.
fatty! And she comes in.
Don't worry, the rope's gonna break. Boom.
It's the new name of the show. Hey, fatty.
Yeah.
So no one will have any idea who that topic's about.
They could be literally about
It could be any
anybody.
of them.
So what do you think? JDS stays home. He plays.
Oh God, don't play him. Don't play him.
Yeah, just
leave
leave him
him.
home.
Just leave him
Just leave
home.
him.
Just leave him home.
And they're flying commercial. They're not even using one of the charters for this, man.
What the fuck, man? Like, how is an MLS stepping in and being like, "Yo,
Yeah.
COVID-19,
Coronavirus. Don't come to the stadiums.
Yeah,
But also, everyone fly commercial flights.
high five our like $9
Yeah.
million striker that we
Yeah.
have all this investment in." Oh, it's so
We're
Well,
gonna.
I
it's
love
so
that.
Major League
Was
Soccer.
it was a Juve game where they had the stadium empty,
the Juve and Inter, yeah.
and then wasn't it like it was a Ronaldo who like went to the side to like pretend like to high five people?
That's Chris genius. There was someone. What team was that? I gotta look it up. But there was someone where like this blind fan got a statue. Built
Oh
for
yeah,
him
yeah, I know what you're talking
in the
about.
state. You see
In
this
his
again?
seat.
He had a stat. He sat in the same place every week and listened to the game, and that's kind of how he broke the game down. I gotta see if I can find. Can you
No,
Google it
or
really
we could
quick?
just focus on the show. That's fine.
But now I want to know what team it is. But like this blind fan sat in
OCD.
in the same seat every week and listened to the game. And so when he died, they built a statue for him, and they put it in his seat. So he'll forever be able to watch the games. So with the entire stadium empty, he's the only his likeness is the only person that's watching that game. And even the players were on the field like, it's kind of fucked up because
That
you
shit was
look up
creepy.
and then you just see like one dude.
That shit must be creepy. Yeah, hell yeah.
He got like the glasses on and everything, like holding the cane or something. That'd be pretty cool. All right,
What?
Ed, what do you think? You think Jonah goes while he's looking up what team
Probably.
it was?
Yeah, probably.
That he goes.
Wait, let me ask you this. Now, does GBS kind of feel in the heat maybe a little bit? Maybe push Jonah a little harder than maybe he should?
Well, apparently Jonah came out to him and like begged to play.
I don't think GBS really gives a shit what any of us thinks.
You think he's on the hot seat?
He should be.
I think it's warming up a little bit.
Oh, that's probably safe for the lightning round. I'm sure there's a lightning round question on that.
I would
Probably.
imagine.
I think it's a little warm. I mean, I think it's still too early.
It's a Valencia fan.
Yeah, I think it's still too early for him to be feeling any heat. But yeah, I think the lineup pretty much stays the same.
But early in, is it early in as much as?
It's
Again,
M-
I'm sure there's a GBS out question.
It's MLS, and even guys like who's the coach for DC United?
It was Ben Olsen.
Ben
Still Ben
Olsen?
Olsen?
Literally been there for like 10 years. How many of those 10 years has DC United been any good?
Yeah, but DC United doesn't have remotely similar expectations that we do.
But what I'm saying is that it's MLS. You got like Ben. You give him a little more extra rope.
Because his body's gonna hang down a little further.
Yeah.
Yeah, shorten up on that bad boy.
Yeah.
But I don't look at it like we're 2 games into this year. I look at it more like we're 40 games into his administration. 40 games into his administration.
I don't think that's fair though.
Why?
Like literally everyone gave him a pass. Like that first year, no one look. This isn't a team. Don't blame him for anything that happens this year.
But once we start re-signing these guys who we claimed weren't really good enough in the last 2 administrations, really, or one year administration, like at some point they just become his guys, and then the decisions that get made or the performances, like those performances are squarely on him.
No, that's why I say I think you need to squarely start criticizing for this season. So that's why the first 2 games, okay, it's been bad. It's been really bad.
Mhm.
And you can take into account a little bit, like, oh, it's the structure hasn't changed from you're playing this style from a guy who's 6'5" to the next season when that guy's gone,
Right.
and you're playing the same style and the same formation with a guy who's a foot shorter than him.
Right.
That's when you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe we need to
Reassess.
reassess. Yes.
But if you're not doing like the bare minimum of your job, which as a coach is putting your guys in a position to succeed, putting them in a
exactly.
position to win.
That's what a good boss does.
Like at what point shouldn't his, I mean, I'm not saying he needs to get fired after 2 games. That's obviously insane. But if we come out against Miami and we leave Hernandez on an island again, like at what point, or it's really, 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 really early in the season.
No, and that's
But
why.
at some point, he's not learning.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's on a hot seat. I think it's warming up for sure.
Okay.
And he's definitely getting more criticism than he got last year.
I would say I can't think of a coach in Major League Soccer who has a hotter seat than GBS right now. And it's not to say that I think someone is going to get fired really soon. I think a lot of guys recently who were on that bubble it burst on them
with
last
Hernandez.
year.
He's definitely got a bigger spotlight now,
which would suck because that's clearly not his pick.
Yeah,
like it's obviously not his pick.
Well, he's not Argentinian, so yeah, it's not his pick.
Well, we have a pretty decent idea who his pick was. So but that's what happens with technical directors and general managers. Like they get a couple coaches and then it starts to look bad on them. I'm not saying that he should get fired. I definitely think it's too early for GBS out. I'm just wondering at what point do we start to be concerned about his team? At 40 games in, it's your team.
Oh yeah, no. Well, especially like I said, I think you start.
It's not going to
happen. You start assessing his tactics and his ability to take this team any further than he's shown that he can.
Yeah.
This is the season you do that.
I don't much as had been the topic for the last couple of years. To wrap up, I don't think Klein is firing 3 coaches in 5 years.
No.
Like it's a lot. It would take a lot for him to get terminated this year. And it's definitely nothing that's going to get us. We could go 0-5 to start the season, or I guess 0-4-1 to start the season, and he's not going to get fired. I think the question of whether he should be will become a much louder
it's
conversation.
MLS. You have Seattle who won an MLS Cup after being terrible for half the season.
Mm-hmm. More.
So it's not like that season is any different from this season. It's MLS. It's gonna happen. You can be terrible for 13 games and then go on. And
that is getting harder.
16 games, a 16-game unbeaten streak, and turn your season.
You know what's
around.
funny about that? That is going to change in this CBA. Like but it's the newer CBA. It's not like 2005. It's not like 2006 where you could be terrible all year and it's like it doesn't matter till August. Like the distances between starting your season in August and making a drive in August versus consistency or because we're moving to a time where teams don't have they don't have form. They're signing more classy players. They're signing players who are good, who are supposed to be good consistently. Christian Pavón is someone who's supposed to be good all year round. Hernandez is someone who's supposed to be good all year round. Insua all season long. Like MLS as an organization is moving to this time where you just have consistent great players and not getting hot at the right time and kind of backdooring your way into the playoffs is going to get you fucked. We backdoored into the playoffs.
Backdoor.
Always high five. Boom. Well done. But we backdoored into the playoffs last year where we stumbled and we were good and then we were bad and we kind of just got in just enough. We beat a boring Minnesota team, and then we faced what was the quality of the league last year, and we got killed. We got destroyed. Like it's getting harder and harder to just slide into the playoffs and make a run.
Yeah.
You might get into the playoffs, but you're not going to do anything with it because it's starting to look more and more like the consistently better teams for longer are doing better. And great, that's the way it should be. Like that's what we should strive for. You shouldn't be able to suck through July when fans have paid all their money through July. You shouldn't be allowed to be terrible and then go, at August we'll pick our shit up and then we'll sell a playoff strip and then we're good to go.
All right, let's move on. Let's hear your lineup then. Real quick, your lineup as you're like chugging down
Literally,
the drink.
Yeah. Oh my God, that midfield is difficult. Yeah, Bingham starting for sure.
Your back four is probably staying the same.
Felcher should stay the same. Depew should stay the same only because I don't. If Steris is coming back, I don't start him on the road. I don't think it's necessary. Start him on the road. Start him in an F where you're probably going to struggle to begin with. Giancarlo's going to start. He's an ever present, obviously. Insua at left back. Pavón on the left wing. Katai on the right wing. Hernandez is going to be up top. Midfield gets really, really tough. Corona's out. Jonathan should be out, so that would pretty much put us with Kitchen, Kleshin, and
only
Leggett.
3 guys, yeah.
But the question becomes how they line up. Whether you line Kitchen and Leggett at center midfield spots and Kitchen and Sasha at center midfield spots rather, and push Leggett into that attacking mid, which is probably where that's what we're paying for.
Yeah,
you're paying for him to be able to occupy that space and really work it. He's not a natural number 10, so it's probably not going to work out in the way we want. But we're going to live and die by who's sitting in that AM
Now,
spot.
what would you say about switching Leggett and Pavone? Like putting Leggett outside and putting Pavone right underneath Chicharito.
I would probably move. It's a lot of rotation. I would move Katai left because Leggett, if he's going to play wide, he does better on the right. So I would move Katai to the left and Leggett to the right, and then put Pavone in the middle. I watch a lot of soccer, Ed. I genuinely don't understand how an MLS defense covers Javier Hernandez and Christian Pavone in the middle. I don't think it works. Like it's a cheat code. It should break the system. I don't know. I mean, you get a lot from Pavone working that outside. It forces them to run a lot, to cover and to help out.
And I feel like you could possibly, with Pavone getting the ball in going at people, he can drag one of those defenders out. That's probably
At a minimum.
That's on Chicharito,
and then you have Hernandez running that space, and he's good at that. You even saw it in Vancouver. Like, he occupies open space very well. There's just not a lot available for him. I think we'll end up with Leggett in the middle if it's an option.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen
with Pavone outside, but there's nothing to there's nothing to say you're not going to see the three of them rotating and moving and switching out with each other. We have to get Pavone
probably
the ball
mainly
more often.
Leggett and Kleshin. I don't think Kitchen does many at all. Like moving from that one position.
He slides out left and Pavone switches aside. That's it. He doesn't do he does tuck in a bit,
if we're
but
gonna
it's
go
not
with that
like
4-1-4-1,
maintaining that spot.
He's definitely going to be that one above the center backs.
Who?
Kitchen.
Yes. Oh, that's the only place he should be. If it's a 4-1-4-1, we've already lost the game, so it doesn't really matter. Our best case scenario is getting a clean sheet, which, if it's Kitchen and Kleshin and Corona, I think maybe we can hold it to a clean sheet. We can just pack that midfield. With Leggett, I expect him to do a little more work, attacking work going forward. So hopefully it's not a 4-1-4-1. Hopefully it's a 4-2-3-1. That seems to make way more sense, way more positional sense. But that's the best I got.
All right. Yeah, I definitely see that Leggett starting in the midfield, bringing him back in the starting lineup.
I will tell you, Katai is probably going to be one of the early subs, only because we're clearly not making a sub in the midfield.
Who comes on for him?
Oh man, Cameron Dunbar. Like there's not a lot.
Scored goal in the weekend.
Julian Araujo maybe. But it's not. We know it's not going to be any of the center midfielders.
No,
like we know that definitively.
Like no one else
there's no one else. It might be Zubac. We might sub Zubac for Katai and move Zubac up. You could, in theory,
Leggett back up, play
4-4-2. You could, in theory, yeah, and then you could move Kitchen back, drop Leggett and Kleshin in those center midfield spots. Move Zubac and Hernandez up top, and then move Pavone on the inside. So you have like a 4-3-1-2. It's really, really narrow, but if you're trying to stay compact and close out a lot of the space that they're coming down the middle, that might work for you.
Yeah. And then especially if you're crossing the ball a lot, like you can.
Well, this would hopefully keep us from doing that.
Well, yeah.
All
right, Ben. Let's hear your betting LA. What is it? Bets LA Sports.
Bet LA Sports, right?
BetLASports.com.
No code still.
No, I was supposed to have a meeting with him last week, but some stuff came up family wise, so I didn't get it. So we're supposed to, yeah.
We have people saying like, when you get the link, let me know.
Yeah. So hopefully we tried to meet today before the show, but that didn't work out. So hopefully tomorrow.
All right.
So, but
keep an eye out on socials. We'll have that for you guys.
That being said, the Galaxy are underdogs going into Miami.
Yeah, I can see
probably
it, Ben.
for a number of reasons, but I think coronavirus is probably the big favorite. So we'll stick with that. The Galaxy are a plus 240 right now, which means we get good money.
I know what that means.
You can get 2.5 to 1 on the Galaxy.
I wouldn't put that bet.
Miami is even money right now, but the draw, the big underdog at plus 260. Over-under is at 3 goals again, which I don't know how the fuck we're going to score 3 goals. So I'm leaning towards the under.
So that was my question. Okay, is it we're scoring 3 goals or
no,
total?
Total 3 goals.
Okay.
You could see them score 3 goals.
I don't know,
man.
Scored 3 goals. That's why I'm confused.
Well, they lost Roman Torres.
Yeah.
Who is their starting center back? Used to be a DP with Seattle, I think, or at least an allocation.
I think for a little bit.
I don't know if he was ever a DP, but I
feel
think
like he was a DP over there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, I feel like they wouldn't spend money on DP.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Just because we won't do that.
Well, we did one year.
Yeah.
What a beautiful, glorious year it was. You saw he wants to come back, right?
An MLS Cup winning year.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants to come
Patreon.
back. It's like the most nothing story.
So now we got to place what bet we want to make, right?
Yeah, we got to figure out what we want to do. I wish
I-
there was a coronavirus bet where we
I
could
know.
like pick the
Somewhere.
yeah. No, where we could pick like the game being canceled and win money on that.
I definitely think I have a feeling Miami's
want-
gonna win.
Yeah, 538 gives Miami a 56% chance to win. The Galaxy a 23% chance, and the draw a 20% chance. The other offshore sports betting has the score 2-1 Miami. So
Okay.
with the Galaxy, every other offshore site has the Galaxy pretty much the same. You can get 2-1 on the Galaxy.
Yeah, see, I think that's gonna be a bad bet to make because I definitely think the Galaxy don't get a point this weekend.
Dude, Miami's pretty bad, and they're missing Torres.
They look a lot better than we do. They look a lot better than we do. I think they play better than we do. Their style is more inclusive whatever. They can score goals more than I think we can score goals. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So we get even money if we take Miami.
Can we just put the bet on the 3
we
goals?
can't bet against the Galaxy. That's
You
heresy.
think there's gonna be 3 goals?
I
in this
think the
game?
game ends up like 2-1, 3-2, something like that.
So we can't bet on like it's over 3 or under 3. It's not 3 exactly.
Oh.
Well, that's why they select 3. It's supposed to be difficult. What do you think, Ben? You're a betting expert.
Yeah.
This is your job. What do you think?
Man, I honestly, I think we get a result, man. I think
Wow.
we come back with some sort of point.
That is bold.
I do. I think.
I hope you're right.
I
Obviously.
think them lacking Roman Torres and the fact that
Well, you
not,
said you'd take a point.
I would
You
take a
think we
point out of this
can
game every day.
get a
of the week.
result?
I think
Let's take the draw
I
then.
think you want to take the draw. All right, we get 2.5 to 1. That's what we played last time.
I think
when
we would
we
play
won.
$10 the first time.
Yeah, we played $10. So
Let's
we
play $10.
play $10 on the draw.
I'm down with that.
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got $10 on the draw.
All right. And then Big Tony's prediction game, which you can find on Twitter when we send out the leak.
Which we will. Ben is too lazy to run into his house, so we can show it on YouTube. So even though you guys stayed up to watch it with us, you don't get anything special. Thank you, Ben. But we have a trophy
Okay.
for the winner of our.
I
prediction
haven't even
game.
seen that.
Yeah, we have.
I thought that was a fantasy league trophy.
Nah, it's gonna be prediction.
All right,
It's gonna be prediction. You know why? Because prediction's harder. Because prediction is about the Galaxy.
but was
it's
it
better?
donated for fantasy though?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Not worried anymore.
Well, you know what we'll do for the prediction game? We'll get a championship belt.
For the fantasy,
No, for the prediction game.
we have a trophy for the prediction game.
Ben literally says that trophy was donated for the fantasy.
Yeah, wasn't that?
Now I'm
trophy
gonna sit here and
donated
read
for the
my.
fantasy?
No, now you guys talk. I'll read my Twitter and be correct.
All right, yeah.
I don't know.
be
I have
correct.
no. I've like again.
I have no.
Well, don't
correct
take his side of it. He's wrong all the time.
That's
this is-
true.
It's what you told me.
I guarantee you
on
he's wrong
Saturday.
right now. I already read it. I guarantee you he's wrong.
I could be. I know it's for one of the games.
He's almost Jesus Christ.
But you told me it was
Now
for
you're
fantasy.
backpedaling. Now you're backpedaling, dude.
Turn on him, man. Get him.
Now you're backpedaling.
Fuck Tucker.
I put faith in you,
And fuck
and
Tucker's
you
friend.
just screwed me.
Okay, he says he does not care. I can pick.
Oh, okay, then whatever.
So it doesn't matter. So we'll do it for the prediction game because the prediction game is about the Galaxy and it makes me happy.
There you go.
I was wrong, but I wasn't.
Yeah, he
You were
wasn't
wrong.
I know that's just me being.
But you know
self-deluded.
why there isn't an audio drop of you being wrong, Ben? Because it's every week. It's like what? Why make an audio
there's-
drop now? We'll wait. We'll wait 7 days. And we'll get a new one.
Yeah, exactly. There's always 2 weeks of.
There is an audio drop. It's
There's
been-
2 hours of audio.
It's one long rant
All right,
audio
Ben.
drop.
You're first up, Ben.
Boom. Mike Campos, who donated
it's
the
here,
trophy, is in the YouTube chat right now. Thank you, Mr. Mike. And he says, Tucker and I decided for the prediction game, Ben's wrong, which is always great. So we're going to nickname the trophy the Sledgehammer. It's the name of the trophy you're going to take home.
That's gross.
If you win the, yeah, it's a metaphor. You all get it.
It's nasty.
It's the implication. We're going to post it to our Instagram page. So hopefully by the time you see this, we should have a picture to our Instagram page posted of the trophy you will win if you come in first place for the prediction game. And gentlemen, you two are eligible for this if you come in first place. So it's not just for the listeners, it's across the board.
I don't want something named after your dick.
It's not named after my dick.
Hmm.
I was even going to make a joke about it being named after my dick. And he's like, no, like my nickname is a Sledgehammer. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's named after his dick. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a dick of the show.
No, I think we should go for the listeners though.
His dick.
No, sure.
Ben, that's at DC Radio Ben if you want to send him your dick pics. Slide into his DMs.
He loves it.
Ben, what is your prediction?
I'm gonna call a 1-1 draw.
He did not say don't do it.
I'm gonna call a 1-1 draw. And man, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna say Dupuis gets his first.
Wow.
Depew gets his first.
You know, he averages like a shot a game now. It's
He's
weird.
amazing. I love him. He might be my favorite this season so far.
Yeah, definitely. All right, my turn. I still think we lose. I'm gonna go 2-1, and like we lose at like the death,
Like a 89th
like
minute.
between 85th and 90th minute.
I hope you're wrong.
Yeah,
Who's
I really don't have a good feeling about this game.
who do you have getting it?
I think Chicharito gets his goal, and then it gets spoiled.
That would be terrible. That's like how Yella got his one goal
In like
away
a
to San
5-2
Jose and we lost.
Yeah. I think I don't have a good feeling about this game. I think Inter is gonna I'm gonna call him Inter on purpose.
International.
Yeah, I think Miami comes out and they're really feeling this, and the crowd's gonna be up for it. So I don't think it's gonna be a good result for us.
I do have a concern that we're a little psychologically weak coming off of that home opener.
And just
then
in
going
general.
into and then
Legit.
going into an environment that's going to be very hostile and very against us. Where for the most part, at least for Hernandez, like the 2 games he's been in, the atmosphere has been all about him in a very positive way. I don't think he's going to get that same reception in Miami. I'm sure there are a lot of fans in Miami, but I'm sure the people coming out aren't really there for Hernandez. They're going to be there for
the team. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to end up with 2-2. I'm going to say Pavon and God, I want to say Hernandez. But nothing has shown me that we're changing. And even the quotes from GBS doesn't necessarily. It sounds like we're continuing business as usual against Miami. I will take. I'll take. I'll take Pavon and Katai. I'll go from the wings. I feel like it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's really weird to make a prediction and know that it just feels like it's wrong.
Yeah, I don't feel that at all either.
But I'll take Pavon and Katai.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we move on to lightning round?
I'm good.
It'll be good to see AJ.
AJ De La Garza. AJ De La Garza.
All right, man. Play that jingle. Depew.
Is that how you're going to remember it?
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do to remember it.
So lightning round went out today on Instagram earlier today. Thank you, Chris, for posting that. And we got a few responses.
Post it to add questions. It's easy.
So in interest of time, we're going to run through these and maybe not all of them.
It's like oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You can add
the ones that we already kind of talked about. We're going to skip over.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite.
Also, ladies and sirs, we're trying to tighten the show up a little bit. We're working on some formations. So the lightning round is going to become actual lightning round. Like we're gonna hit it quick. We're going to try to, as long as if it's a super intricate question, I may have to get, in deep, but we're going to try to start hitting these a little bit faster. So if you have a topic you want to bring up that we can add to the board earlier in the show so we can kind of allocate that time out, that would be one thing. If you're going to ask a lightning round question, the answers are going to come a little shorter and a little quicker.
So 8-Bit Ninja wants to know who should be playing center attacking mid.
Legit. If he can't do it, he needs to get moved to FC Cincinnati, and we need to find someone who can.
Yeah. Who I'd want to? I'd probably want to see Pavon try that position out.
So if Chicharito goes Pondo and only scores 1 goal and it wins us the MLS Cup, is all forgiven?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
It's the only winning MLS Cup is the only thing that matters. It is, at the end of the day, it's not our money. If they decided to pay someone who hadn't really done anything in 3 years $9 million or whatever it is, that's their business.
We're not pieces of shit who get the supporter shield tattooed on us, but whatever.
Ooh, Ed coming out with fire. I like it.
Uncle Dishwasher wants to know
does anyone think badly on Pondo? You're like, yeah, he didn't quite live up to what he was supposed to, but I ask one thing of every player.
Probably his agent when he got
banned
for the whole match fixing thing.
But I ask
the whole match fixing thing. Positive.
I ask one thing of every Galaxy player that we sign: score the game-winning goal in the MLS Cup final.
And you know what's funny? That might be the best goal that we've scored in the final.
Thinking back,
I think it absolutely is when you look at. I mean,
as far as like quality, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I was like, because Pavon's really nice. Landon's goal is going wide until Tally Hall taps it. Ruiz is just like defensive mistakes left, right, and center. Beautiful cross from Marshall. And then Ruiz being heads up enough to go the opposite direction. But yeah, Pondo easily the best one.
Percentage chance GBS rolls out with the same formation on Saturday.
Formation?
Percentage?
Yeah.
As 4-1-4-1 away?
Like
75, yeah.
It's like 99%?
I would say it worked so poorly. I would hope he would change it. Being away in a hostile environment, I could see him playing safe and extra defensive and wanting to keep everybody back. If that's the case, you may as well start Zubak up top because it's you're putting Hernandez again in a position to utterly fail and probably dropping his morale even lower and just making it all worse. So hopefully not, but hi.
Okay, we had a couple of questions on the formation, so we'll just count that together. It was all pretty much the same thing. We got a couple of questions. We have a couple of questions.
Thank you to all those people who sent in questions that Ben's not reading.
Yep. We got a couple of questions. Fuck you, Ed. Now I lost.
He's not wrong. We're just
regarding.
just tossing it out. Yeah. Like it's his job to read this.
Is it time to panic yet? We got a couple of questions about whether or not it's time to panic from Zerk and from
What are you panicking about? That's the question.
Yeah,
y'all
exactly.
are the same that are buying up all the toilet paper.
Your shit's
my mic's not on. You guys are the same people who are not buying all the toilet paper up because y'all worried. It's 2 games.
What's the thing with
games
with buying all the toilet paper? I go, well, what are you worrying about? And you're worrying about the shipment stop. You're not gonna be able to wipe your ass. Fine. When people talk about the Galaxy and panicking, what are you panicking about? Chemistry? Chemistry takes time.
Shipment stop and not being able to wipe your ass.
But chemistry takes time, right? What are you worried about? Formation? Well, like, although we re-signed a lot of guys, a lot of starters are new.
Are leaves going out of like? Are they gonna stop protection on leaves?
Because I watch a lot of Survivor, so they do this thing called hydro dumping, where you swim out into the ocean and you just fucking let rip, and you just like wag your ass around, get all that goodness out, and then swim back on shore. You just leave your shit floating in the ocean. That's what I do. Fucking zombies hit.
You're not drinking ocean water.
It's just gonna it's gonna make you crazy. What's the point?
1088 wants to know if GBS is on a timer now.
On like a hot sheet, or like a hot sheet, like a hot what's it called?
Hot seat.
Hot seat.
Nah.
Yes.
No.
Yes. What's weird because he should be, but he's definitely not getting fired. So what does it matter? Like how bad of a hot seat can you be on if you know?
I think like I said earlier,
like unequivocally you're not going to get terminated.
I think like I said earlier, I think has definitely more of a spotlight on him now. Because especially where we are in Southern California, with one of the biggest Mexican stars ever, like I think you definitely have more media and more people who are like, well, okay, now what are you doing?
Well, this is part of the puzzle that's made the Hernandez thing, I think, so difficult for a lot of people. Is like he's courtside at the Laker games, like he's dropping the puck at the Kings games. He's on James Corden and he's on Jimmy Fallon and Kimmel, and like the Galaxy did the Galaxy thing. They put not learning their lesson from Gio. They put all their eggs in this one dude's basket, and it's like, well, if that guy doesn't work out, this isn't even me being a dick anymore. And I understand where I'm difficult occasionally, but you click on a Galaxy post about Hernandez now and read the comments. It's way more angry than I would think so early in his time, but they don't want to see that he's getting some crazy shoe. Like people don't want to see that he's going to be. They post pictures of the mural, which I obviously think is stupid because you've played 2 games here. You haven't done anything to deserve it outside of signing a contract. But again, for the Galaxy, being born in a country and signing a contract is enough for you to be this transformative landmark player, whatever. But now when they post those pictures and they post those images, like people are pissed, and it's not his fault. It genuinely isn't his fault. Like tactically, there's not a whole lot he can do. But like people are mad. I saw someone call him Giorito.
Ooh.
That's fucked up, man.
That's early. That's
a bit racist. It was a bit racist. But their argument was he's still like public and he's your guy and he's at all these things and you keep highlighting how great and how amazing this guy is. But then I watch him and nothing happens. If I bought a ticket on the aftermarket for the home opener because it's sold out, Imagine if you paid through the nose to watch Hernandez play. He did nothing.
If you paid $100 for those grass,
it's crazy.
The grass berm.
Like, people are getting pissed after 2 games. It's way, way, way too early to freak out. Like, way too early to freak out.
Too early.
The average Galaxy fan shouldn't be freaking out. I get the hardcores who freak out after every single game, but like, we gotta bring it down. We gotta bring it down.
Yeah. All right.
So Max wants you to predict by the end of the season what Galaxy player has the most starts.
The most
Not
starts?
Bingham. Yeah, outside of Bingham.
Pavon. He'll start every game. Oh, there's a lot of international
Giancarlo,
tournaments
maybe?
this year.
Unless he gets hurt.
But there's
He's old. He's up there. Insua maybe?
one of the wingers, because we have no one to replace them. Like, we have absolutely no one to replace them. Katai's not going anywhere. So you could say Katai. He might have the most starts. He's not gonna have the most finishes.
He might have the least amount of minutes for any of the wingers though.
He'll have the least minutes for any starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say Katai, only because there are international tournaments this year that might take Pavon and Hernandez away. But other than that, I would probably Katai. Insua, he's about done. Be nice.
He ain't getting called up.
Nestor wants to know how you're feeling about your mentor, Mr. Jones, getting arrested.
You see fucking Nestor throwing elbows at the game? All the fights breaking out 136. Nestor's fucking drunk ass stepping between, like, hey man, break that shit up. You just see him, because he's
like,
he's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Wait, what? Mentor, what's question? What's
Mr. Jones?
Alex Jones got arrested.
Did he really?
Yeah.
For what?
He wants to know how Ed feels. No, I don't know for what.
Who do you look to for spiritual advice now that Alex Jones is behind bars?
It's like Alex Jones, Ben.
Oh, he had a DWI.
I thought it was gonna be like kitty porn or something like that.
I assume the exact
I
same
assume
thing.
kitties, right?
He has that.
He
He has that about him.
He looks like a diddler.
Yes.
He looks like a diddler. Yeah.
Like boy pictures.
Damn.
I don't know why it's worse.
They may find
Yeah.
it. They may find it. I mean, who knows what's in his car?
I bet that dude has like serious skeletons in that dude's closet.
My favorite question was asked by Rocker DA.
Oh shit! It was like there was a disturbance between him and his wife, and he took off while still drinking.
All right,
Apparently.
lightning round questions. Go.
Rocker DA wants to know: is GBS the new Shelvick?
GBS?
Wow.
Oh, that's wrong. Come on, man.
Come on.
Put some. I don't know what my man's done to earn respect, but put some respect on his name.
Because he's a former Boca Juniors coach.
Yeah.
That's why.
Thank
yeah,
you
but
to
apparently he had a
everyone
lot of
who-
issues while he was Boca Juniors coach.
Thank you to everyone who sent questions in. Stay look for Instagram next Monday or Tuesday for your next chance to ask lightning round questions.
Yep. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Tucker.
Yes, sir.
Fantasy update.
Boom, 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 boom. Let us see. I think I have it open already. So we once again have a lovely fantasy update by our good friend Matthew Erickson. And Ben's being difficult. Ed.
Yes.
Second place.
Not good enough.
What do you mean?
I was first place like the whole weekend.
You are the people's first place. Who's in first? Do you know who's in first place above you?
Yeah, I
you
can
call
pull
him
it
out?
up. I can pull it up right now.
You are, but in my eyes, you are the people's champion. You're the people's person in first place.
Look, you know why? You know why I'm not first place? It's because I refuse to play any LAFC player.
Exactly. You were in first place until LAFC's game.
But to be fair, the person who's in first place is like a Toronto fan, so he probably doesn't have any qualms about playing.
Doesn't
Villa.
really give a shit.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a Toronto fan that's like, I still listen to you knuckleheads apparently,
Well, we have
or
a couple-
just found it on Twitter.
No, we have a couple people who've come over to games and like we've been cool with this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta talk about that before we get out of here. But yeah, so Matthew Erickson, yes. Matthew Erickson, yes, I have to. Wrote up our fantasy write up, so I'm gonna just read that from the top. Thank you again, Matthew. Ed's in second, by the way, doing very well. We now have 76 people in the league, and we'd still love to have more. Once again, if you'd like to join, just go to fantasy.mlssoccer.com, create an account, and then search with the league code TKKP7VAS. That's TKKP7VAS.
And it'll be in the show notes as well.
It'll be in our show notes as well. And if you don't know how to play, you can email me at mattefantasy@gmail.com or tweet me at TheRealMGE. Week 2 is in the books, and only 2 people submitted blank lineups. Chubby Chasers, managed by Gustavo Gallardo, right? Relatively close. And Colonial Empire FC, managed by Kevin Urita. Are this week's targets for shame and ridicule. Oh, I like this. You have brought dishonor upon your houses. If you do it again, I'll be forced to take away your birthday, and none of us wants that to happen. White people taking things away left, right, and center. Team of the week and top 5. Meanwhile, Mr. Older Golfer of Team Older Golfer is jumping out to a pretty significant early lead as he paced the field once again, this time with a score of 87 points. That puts him at a total of 181 points through 2 weeks. For context, the gap between him in first place and Ed in second place with 164 points is larger than the gap between Ed and 10th place. Whoa.
Yeah,
He's
it's close.
Yeah. He switched up his formation this week, running out a 3-5-2 after dominating everyone with last week's 3-4-4. His 2 forwards were Christian Pavone and the subject of Kevin Baxter's secret diary, who was also his captain. In the midfield, he retained Alejandro Pozuelo of Toronto, Pity Martinez, and João Paulo from Seattle from last week, but he swapped out Jan Gregus from Minnesota for Diego Valeri of Portland and added Jack Price from Colorado. Amusingly, Price and Valeri combined for 18 points, which is great, while Jan Gregus tallied a goal and 2 assists and finished with 17 points by himself. His 3 defenders were Keegan Rosenberry of Colorado, Eddie Segura of Focus Group FC. Ooh, see, again, you lose points for having an LAFC player. And some Whitecaps player whose name I can't pronounce who didn't play.
Which meant that his substitute bench was played.
Yeah. And he's still starting Elliot Paneco, who is still not Nashville's starting goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's I don't
He's
get
still
that.
beating all your asses. So Drew Moore of Colorado and Brad Knighton of New England were emergency substituted off his bench to provide the 13 points he needed to put him over the top for the week.
My best season, I'm stepping on Matt's toes.
There you go. Another hat tip to Mr. Older Golfer. Keep up the good work. You do need to get rid of those LAFC players, though. The rest of weekly top 5 went like this. Indomitable Birds and Lagoons, managed by Chris Wilhelm. Godzilla FC, managed by Eric Sandoval. Admiral Abubakar, very well done, managed by Matt Pollard. And Sextoni, managed by Antonio Reyes. There are no bye weeks and there are no double games this week, so nothing really to worry about. Montreal and LAFC rather have buys for the CONCACAF Champions League. Atlanta traveled to Club America and NYCFC host Tigres on Wednesday, so that will likely affect their starting lineups for Saturday's matches with Sporting Kansas City and FC Dallas, respectively. For injuries, DC United's Ola Kamara and left back Joseph Mora are out for at least a week. Inter Miami FC's forward Robbie Robson is out, and I think Juan Aguadelo might be their only healthy forward. Portland's right back Jorge Moreira, is out for at least a month. Chicago forward CJ Sapong is out. Minnesota's attacking midfielder Kevin Molina left Saturday's game early with an undisclosed injury. He was in, while he was in a lot of fantasy lineups for the Galaxy, for what it's worth, Jonah is not technically on the injury report as of Monday, and Efra is still listed as questionable. I did see on Twitter that Efra was telling people he planned on being back for the Miami game, so something to keep an eye out for. Also, here's a list of relevant MLS players who will be joining Jason Christ for the 2020 Olympic qualifiers in Guadalajara from March 20th to April 1st. I believe they are all away from their respective teams already. That's Reggie Cannon, Justin Glad of RSL, Aaron Herrera of RSL, Mark McKenzie of Philadelphia, Brandon Aronson of also Philadelphia, Hassan Dotson of Minnesota, Milahovic of Chicago, Paxton Pomacall, I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name either, of Dallas, Jackson Ewell of San Jose, Jeremy Ibobasi of Portland, Jesus Ferrara of FC Dallas, and Jonathan Lewis of Colorado. That's all for this week, and good luck in week 3, everyone.
Whew, that's a shorter version.
Yeah, that one. I'm going to grab some water really quick before I got to get to FIFA.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it, man. Oh, no. There you go. And then next up, we got the FIFA Squadcast update.
Hello. That's post water. Thank you again, Matthew. Really appreciate it, buddy. FIFA update's a little bit shorter. I got in touch with Jer Bear. We told him appreciate the book. It's a lovely book. It's the greatest book. It's a perfect book. Shore it up a little bit, especially since I'm not playing in it. So who really cares?
Yeah.
By the way, Hugo, meant to tell you last week, mind the gap, my buddy. Apologies. But mind that goddamn gap, my friend. So for the FIFA Fantasy League, jokes written for one. For the FIFA Fantasy League, we have Commissioner Jer Bear write us in today, letting us know the happenings and the happenings.
Oh, Jer Bear.
If you're interested in getting involved in the Riot Squadcast FIFA League, you can follow them on Twitter at Riot Squadcast FIFA. That account's ran by myself and Jer Bear, the current commissioner. So yeah, you can get on a waiting list. You can, we have people drop out sometimes. You can take their spot. So yeah, get in touch if you're interested in it. It's all on PlayStation now. Still in first place and undefeated, we have Paris Saint-Germain. They are the top team in the league right now. Second through fourth place are all tied on 50 points, with only the goal differentials as the decider to see who is ranked higher. In second, we have Manchester United still dominating and winning games. Third, we have Napoli, who jumped 3 spots from 6th to 3rd place this week. And in 4th place, we have Manchester City, who dropped down a spot but are still looking dangerous. And in 5th place, we have Juventus, who also dropped down a spot but is still looking solid in this league. To finish off the top 10, we have Tottenham in 6th place, Real Madrid in 7th, Lazio in 8th, Valencia at 9th, and Inter Milan at 10th. Top goal scorer is, have you seen this at all? The top goal scorer for the league?
I don't pay attention to the league at all.
Top goal scorer for the league this season is Kylian Mbappe with 113 goals.
That's it?
Through week 3. They're only allowed 7 games a week.
Seems little.
Whoever plays with Paris Saint-Germain, Ed is officially calling you out.
No.
Let me know. We will live stream it, both through the Squadcast, the Riot Squad Twitter, and
over under
my Twitter.
15 goals he scores on me.
Over.
Yeah.
Top goal scorer is Kylian Mbappe with 113 goals. Sterling is in second with 45 goals. Looks like Mbappe is going to run away with the Golden Boot this season. Also, we are close to our midseason, which means the Riot Squadcast Cup is approaching. I'll give more details on Twitter account regarding the Squadcast Cup, but this tourney should be fun. The commissioner is thinking of making this like a U.S. Open Cup, allowing new players who aren't in the league to join, but will have to get approved from the board before we make a final decision. Stay tuned. I hope it goes down because I am not in the league this year, and I would definitely be in for a Squadcast Cup, and we would make Ed play, so it would be good fun. But that's all. We're all good.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Antonio at UC_Raider. My dude came through. Gave me a copy of FIFA 20.
Oh yes, I saw.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
Amazing.
So now you're in.
And it was so weird going through like the metal detectors. And like, I told the security guy, I'm like, look, this is gonna be weird.
It's gonna sound strange.
And I had to place it in the little basket so I could walk through. And he's like, oh, dude, don't worry, it's all good.
So let me. Are you gonna share that with me?
Like,
do you share that game with me?
Yeah.
Because we get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can play.
I think you want to play tonight.
No.
Okay. Have you played yet?
No.
It's terrible. Like it's fun. It's just really buggy this year.
Is it?
Yeah, it's strangely buggy. So some player, some like professional player got banned because he was talking shit about EA and how
Oh, I mean, you saw
questionable
what happened with the Galaxy. What was it? The Godfather.
Giuseppe.
The Godfather.
I see GG online, and I do not think about like a man playing FIFA.
Godfather.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird year. It's it's fun. It's fun enough, and it's free fun. Free fun's the best kind of fun.
I want to give him a shout out to that. All right. I think that's it.
Before we wrap up, met a whole lot of people at the tailgate.
So many people.
I mean, really, really incredible. Like more so than we've ever had before. I'm not gonna lie. I had some drinks, so I'm not the best with names. So I forgot literally all of your names.
Shout out to Nico. Shout out to Madam Serrano.
Yes. Usually Erica follows behind me. This is why she's so great. Usually she follows behind me and gets people's names and like Twitter accounts, so that as I inevitably forget about them, she's like, here, go be nice and say hi to all these people. I met a father and son whose name escapes me. I apologize. Who drove from Colorado to come to the home opener.
Holy shit.
Because
they were cool.
Because they listened to our show is the thing where like and it's a dad and a boy who's like 18, 19, 20 years old.
And
I'm assuming
it was the son that got the dad into the show.
And the dad is like, hey, I love you guys' show. And I'm like, I'm so sorry for the terrible things that I say every week. Like, can I apologize for Ben as an entity and a human being? But like, we met so many people. There was a guy who wanted me to take a picture with him and his son, which I still don't really understand.
Yeah.
Everyone was great. Everyone was phenomenal. And again, you did it in front of Jonas, so I look like a cool dad.
Like the coolest.
I genuinely couldn't pay you for. So I love you all. Thank you very, 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 very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone came up to me and complimented the show and everything. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It does mean a lot to know that people enjoy it, man. Yeah.
We met fucking Uncle Dishwasher.
Uncle Dishwasher, yeah. Benjamin, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me at DT Radio Ben on Twitter. You can email the show at riotsquadcast.com. Go visit the website. Go subscribe to the Patreon. We need 50 Patreons.
Tucker, where can they find you on the socials, man?
You can find me on patreon.com/riotsquadcast. No bullshit. Lowest Patreon level is $5 a month. If it's something you can do, everyone who says, hey Tucker, I'd love to buy you a beer, buy me a beer in the form of me paying my electricity
virtually
bill. Yeah, that, believe me, it helps. Patreon.com/Riot Squadcast. ZeroCool138 on Twitter. You already know that. And I love talking to all of you. Get in touch.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at EdTheZombie13. You can find the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just search Riot Squadcast. Make sure you guys interact with the show, man. We Chris is posting all the time on Twitter and Instagram. Like, let us know, man. Please like and share. We really appreciate that stuff. Join us on Tuesday nights. We're live on YouTube.com/Riot Squadcast every night. It's where the fire happens in the chat. So come join us.
I did mean to mention. We're talking about Patreon. Are we telling the me getting quote unquote expelled from high school story?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do a couple interesting facts / weird facts about ourselves.
I like it. Things we don't know about each other.
And it's going to be anything that we can't fit on the show will also go on the Patreon show.
Because we're trying to get closer to 90 minutes.
And then there should be 2 this week. So from last week and then this week's episode. So on that note, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys. It's been such a blast. Even though the game sucks, we meet all you guys and you guys make our days better.
Best compliment I heard at the game. You guys make me feel like I'm sitting at the table talking soccer with my friends.
It's all we wanted.
That was perfect.
That's literally why we started this.
Thank you, sir.
All right. On that note, we will talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, Brian. Suck a dick, bitch.